welcome jewels of inestimable value. Silence speaks when words fail, and those who master it command the world without uttering a sound. Sigma females are often misunderstood, moving through life with a quiet confidence that baffles those around them. They live by a different code, one that doesn't fit neatly into society's expectations. In fact, studies have shown that those who embrace solitude and introspection, like the Sigma female, often have higher levels of emotional intelligence and self-awareness. But their ways aren't just different, they're deeply untypical. This is a mindset that doesn't seek validation or follow trends. It's one that carves its own path, leaving everyone else to wonder. What truly drives them? What hidden rules govern their every move? Here are the 8 untypical things only Sigma females do. Things that defy convention and keep the world guessing. Number 1. They use failure as a hidden weapon. Sigma females have a unique relationship with failure that sets them apart from the rest. Instead of viewing setbacks as roadblocks, they treat them like secret weapons, hidden treasures waiting to be unearthed. In a world that often glorifies success, they operate quietly behind the scenes, using their failures as fuel for growth and transformation. They don't make a spectacle of their disappointments. Rather, they dissect them with the precision of a surgeon, seeking the valuable insights buried within. When faced with failure, a Sigma female doesn't crumble under pressure or wallow in self-pity. Instead, she takes a step back to analyze what went wrong. She asks herself the tough questions. What could I have done differently? What did I learn from this experience? What strengths can I cultivate to ensure it doesn't happen again? This reflective process allows her to extract the lessons from her setbacks, transforming what could be seen as defeat into a powerful catalyst for improvement. In her eyes, every stumble is an opportunity for growth, a chance to emerge stronger and wiser. Rather than seeking external validation or comfort from motivational quotes, she relies on her internal compass to guide her through the aftermath of failure. She understands that the road to success is rarely linear, and that detours often lead to unexpected discoveries. Her resilience is rooted in the belief that setbacks are not the end of the journey, but essential stepping stones that lead to greater achievements. Each disappointment becomes a part of her story, woven into the fabric of her identity as she continues to evolve. What sets her apart is her ability to harness the energy from these experiences. Instead of allowing them to diminish her confidence, she uses them as a roadmap for her next steps. She knows exactly where she stumbled and is determined to learn from it, ensuring that she doesn't make the same mistakes again. This approach gives her an edge, as she becomes adept at navigating challenges with a level of insight that others often lack. In the grand game of life, Sigma females are masters at turning adversity into advantage. They may not shout their failures from the rooftops, but behind the scenes, they're crafting their comeback strategies. This quiet determination often surprises those around them, as they witness the transformation from setback to strength without fully understanding the process that unfolded. Friends and colleagues may marvel at her resilience, unaware of the meticulous work she put in to dissect her failures and rebuild herself from the ground up. Moreover, this hidden weapon is not just for her own benefit, it often inspires those around her. When others see how she navigates her failures with grace and determination, they're encouraged to reevaluate their own setbacks. Her ability to use disappointment as a powerful learning tool creates an atmosphere where failure is no longer feared but embraced as part of the journey. Number 2, they hide their wins, flaunt their struggles. Sigma females have a unique relationship with their wins and struggles. While most people rush to share their achievements on social media or in conversation, seeking validation and praise, Sigma females take a different route. They keep their victories tucked away, as if they're secret treasures, only shared with a very select few. It's not because they're ashamed or uncertain about their success, it's the opposite. They don't need the applause or the spotlight. They know their worth without it. Instead, what they do share is their struggles, but not in a way that invites pity or attention. Sigma females might casually mention a challenge they're facing, allowing others to see the raw, unpolished side of their lives. This isn't a cry for sympathy. It's a way of remaining genuine in a world full of filters and highlight reels. By showing the uphill battles rather than the peaks, they keep their circle authentic and drive away those who are only around for the glory. This approach serves a dual purpose. It protects them from envy, as they understand that flaunting too much can make others jealous or competitive. At the same time, it attracts those who are interested in the real version of them, people who value character over success. They'd rather connect with those who appreciate their journey, not just their destination. This way, they maintain a life that's grounded, where people are drawn to their depth and not their accolades. It's a deliberate move, and it's one that helps them stay focused on their next steps rather than getting caught up in seeking approval. They aren't driven by external validation. They are far more interested in the respect they build from being true to themselves, even when it means letting the world see their unguarded moments. Number 3. They challenge every norm, but quietly. Sigma females are natural skeptics when it comes to rules and norms, but they don't go around loudly challenging the status quo. Instead, their approach is subtle and thoughtful. They question everything, from societal expectations to unwritten rules, but they do it quietly, like a chess player mapping out their next move. If a norm doesn't resonate with their values or make logical sense, they have no problem bending or breaking it, but they don't feel the need to broadcast their defiance. This isn't about being a rebel for attention. It's about authenticity. Sigma females are focused on building a life that aligns with their own standards, not anyone else's. They don't crave external validation, so they see no reason to explain their choices to the world. If everyone is walking in one direction, they'll go the opposite way if it suits them better. But they won't try to convince others to follow. They're too busy crafting their own path. What makes this approach so powerful is that most people don't even notice when a Sigma female is rewriting the rules. By the time others realize she's doing things differently, she's already moved on to the next challenge. This stealthy defiance is a form of quiet power, letting her navigate life on her terms without creating unnecessary friction. She's not interested in proving a point to anyone. She's interested in finding her own truth, even if it means being misunderstood. Her ability to question norms while keeping a low profile allows her to avoid unnecessary conflicts and distractions. It gives her the freedom to focus on what really matters to her, instead of getting caught up in debates or drama. In a world obsessed with fitting in or standing out, the Sigma female is a rare type, one who quietly does both, but only when it suits her. Number 4. They develop a radar for hidden motives. A Sigma female knows that people often come into your life with their own agendas, and she's not interested in playing along. Instead of opening herself up right away, she watches, she listens, and she tests. This doesn't mean she's paranoid or overly guarded. It's just that she understands the importance of protecting her space and energy. To her, trust isn't something handed out freely. It's earned through consistency, actions, and time. When someone new enters her life, she'll be friendly but distant, keeping her true thoughts and feelings under wraps. It's not a game, it's a filter. She's watching how they behave, what they say when they think she's not listening, how they treat others when they have nothing to gain. She's looking for those subtle cues that reveal who a person really is, beyond the mask that most people wear when they're trying to impress. She's seen enough to know that people can be charming when they want something, but their real character shows in the little moments they don't think matter. This approach allows her to separate genuine connections from the surface-level relationships that most people settle for. If someone passes her tests, they'll find a fiercely loyal and deeply thoughtful friend. But if they don't, she has no problem letting them drift away without any drama or explanation. It's not about being cold-hearted. It's about valuing her peace over the illusion of companionship. A Sigma female would rather have a few people she can trust completely than surround herself with many who might turn out to be unreliable or disloyal. What sets her apart is her ability to detach quickly when she senses that someone isn't aligned with her values. If a new acquaintance shows signs of insincerity, she won't give endless second chances or make excuses for them. She'll quietly step back, creating distance without needing to justify herself. It's her way of keeping her circle clean, free from unnecessary complications and emotional drainers. This makes her interactions purposeful and her relationships intentional, never cluttered with those who don't respect her boundaries. This selective approach to trust might make others see her as distant or hard to get close to, but she's okay with that. She knows that the right people will understand her need to protect her space, while the wrong ones will be frustrated by her refusal to open up right away. To her, it's a fair trade-off. She's willing to wait for the right connections, no matter how long it takes, rather than compromise her sense of security and peace. In the end, she builds relationships that are unshakable, because she's taken the time to ensure they're based on more than just words or fleeting feelings. Number 5. They have zero interest in outshining anyone. Sigma females are the quiet rebels of the social landscape, radiating confidence without feeling the need to outshine anyone else. Unlike the typical show-offs who thrive on being the center of attention, she understands that true strength lies in humility and authenticity. You won't catch her throwing elbows in an attempt to hog the spotlight. Instead, she prefers to stand in the background, allowing others to shine while she quietly supports their brilliance. This isn't just a strategy, it's a genuine reflection of her character. Her lack of interest in outshining anyone stems from a profound self-awareness. She knows her worth and doesn't feel threatened by the success or talents of others. In fact, she often finds joy in celebrating those around her. Whether it's complimenting a colleague for their stellar presentation or cheering on a friend who's crushing it at life, her enthusiasm is authentic. She sees the world as a collaborative space rather than a competitive one, which is refreshing in a culture that often promotes rivalry. While some might interpret her low-key demeanor as a lack of ambition, that couldn't be further from the truth. Sigma females are fiercely ambitious, but prefer to chase their goals without the pressure of comparing themselves to others. They're not seeking validation through accolades or applause. Their motivation is driven by personal growth and self-fulfillment. The only spotlight they crave is the one that comes from their own achievements, not from dimming someone else's shine to make their own glow brighter. This mindset can sometimes confuse those who thrive on competition. They may wonder why she doesn't leap at opportunities to showcase her talents or dominate conversations. The answer is simple. She knows that real power comes from lifting others up rather than pushing them down. When she walks into a room, her presence speaks volumes, but not because she's trying to outshine anyone. It's because she carries an energy that is magnetic, drawing people to her naturally. She can be the quiet observer in the corner or the supportive friend who listens intently. Either way, her authenticity shines through without her having to steal the show. And let's be honest, this makes her incredibly relatable. While everyone else is busy measuring their success against others, she's over here enjoying the ride, cheering for her friends like a sports coach on the sidelines. This relaxed approach often earns her admiration and respect. People gravitate toward her, drawn to her genuine nature. When you don't feel threatened by her, you're more likely to open up and share your own triumphs and vulnerabilities, creating a deeper bond. Number 6. They are obsessed with why and relentlessly question everything. Sigma females possess an insatiable curiosity that sets them apart from the crowd. They're not the type to take things at face value, happily settling into the comfortable embrace of tradition or societal norms. Instead, they dive headfirst into the depths of inquiry, relentlessly asking why, like a toddler who's just discovered the world. When someone tells them they're great, their immediate response isn't a polite thank you, but rather a probing question. Why do you think that? This curiosity isn't just a quirk. It's a fundamental part of who they are, driving them to seek clarity and understanding in a world often muddied by half-truths and assumptions. Their obsession with understanding the underlying reasons behind everything can be a double-edged sword. On one hand, it empowers them to make informed decisions and develop their own beliefs, rather than mindlessly following the herd. They crave knowledge and insight, dissecting ideas, rules, and customs until they uncover the truth beneath the surface. For Sigma females, blind acceptance is a form of ignorance that stifles growth and understanding. They want to peel back the layers of convention, examining each one with a critical eye to see if it holds water or is just a flimsy facade. This relentless questioning often earns them a reputation as the difficult ones in conversations or group settings. They're not afraid to challenge authority or push back against accepted norms. While others may nod along, satisfied with surface-level explanations, she's the one raising her hand, seeking clarity on why that rule exists in the first place. "Why do we do it this way?" she asks, and suddenly everyone is left scratching their heads, realizing they've never actually thought about it. This fearless approach may ruffle some feathers, but it's also incredibly refreshing. Her inquiries can spark meaningful discussions, opening up avenues for critical thinking that many would prefer to avoid. And let's be real, the world could use a little more of this energy. Blind acceptance often leads to stagnation, where ideas and practices go unquestioned until they become outdated or irrelevant. A Sigma female's probing nature disrupts this status quo, injecting a dose of reality into conversations that might otherwise drift into complacency. She's like a philosophical tornado, swirling through a room and forcing everyone to confront uncomfortable truths or consider perspectives they had previously overlooked. This relentless quest for understanding doesn't just enrich her own life, it often inspires those around her to think more critically. Friends and acquaintances may find themselves challenged to articulate their own beliefs or justify their opinions, leading to deeper connections and insights. It's not that she's trying to prove anyone wrong, rather, she's encouraging everyone to explore the why behind their own thoughts and actions. Number 7. They develop relationship a chess game. Sigma females approach relationships like a seasoned chess player strategizing their next move, meticulously analyzing the board before making any commitments. For them, connections, whether friendships or romantic interests, aren't just casual encounters, they're opportunities for growth and mutual benefit. This isn't about manipulation or cunning. Rather, it's a conscious decision to invest their energy wisely. They're all about quality over quantity, and each relationship must earn its place on the roster of their lives. When entering a new relationship, a Sigma female doesn't rush in blindly. Instead, she takes the time to observe, assessing the dynamics at play. She studies how a potential friend or partner interacts with others, noting their strengths and weaknesses, motivations, and even hidden agendas. It's like conducting a thorough background check, not to invade privacy, but to ensure she's aligning herself with individuals who resonate with her values and goals. She wants to know if this person will enrich her life or become an unnecessary distraction. If someone passes the initial tests, she'll proceed cautiously, building the connection step by step, akin to advancing pieces on a chessboard. This thoughtful strategy serves several purposes. For one, it helps her avoid relationships that could drain her energy or lead to emotional turmoil. A Sigma female has learned the hard way that not everyone is worth her time. By evaluating potential connections beforehand, she can steer clear of toxic dynamics that leave others feeling exhausted and confused. Moreover, this calculated approach allows her to nurture relationships that are mutually beneficial, where both parties can grow and thrive. However, this doesn't mean she's cold or distant, far from it. When she does commit to someone, it's often with deep sincerity and loyalty. Her chess-like strategy allows her to invest fully, knowing she's chosen wisely. The people in her circle often find themselves valued for their unique qualities and perspectives, which only enhances the bond they share. Her keen ability to understand the motivations and needs of others makes her an exceptional friend and partner. Sigma females also understand that relationships require flexibility and adaptation. Just as a chess player must adjust their strategy based on the evolving game, she remains open to re-evaluating her connections as circumstances change. If someone no longer aligns with her goals or values, she won't hesitate to adjust her approach or even step back entirely. This isn't out of malice. It's about preserving her energy for the relationships that truly matter. In this way, Her approach to relationships fosters a rich tapestry of connections filled with depth and authenticity. Friends often describe her as someone who truly gets them, not just on a surface level but at their core. She recognizes that each person plays a unique role in her life, much like the diverse pieces on a chessboard, and she values their contributions accordingly. Number 8. They vanish to reflect, not to escape. When a Sigma female vanishes from the social scene, it's not a retreat from life. It's a strategic maneuver into the depths of her own psyche. Unlike the cliché of running away to escape, her disappearance is a deliberate act of self-reflection, a deep dive into the intricate labyrinth of her thoughts and feelings. For her, solitude isn't a sign of weakness or avoidance. It's a necessary sanctuary where she conducts what can only be described as an internal audit. In this quiet space, she meticulously examines her choices, her goals, and the paths she's traversed. Every decision, every interaction is scrutinized under the magnifying glass of introspection. What worked? What didn't? She isn't just looking for a quick fix, she's seeking profound understanding. This period of isolation becomes a fertile ground for self-discovery, where clarity blooms amidst the chaos of external expectations. While others might seek comfort in distractions during tough times, a Sigma female leans into her solitude as a powerful tool for growth. It's in these moments that she taps into her intuition, reflecting on her values and aspirations. She doesn't just ponder surface-level issues. She digs deep, confronting uncomfortable truths about herself and her relationships. This relentless pursuit of understanding fuels her evolution, allowing her to emerge not just with a clearer vision, but with renewed purpose and direction. Solitude for her isn't about hiding, it's about honing her sense of self. It's a time when she recharges her mental and emotional batteries, aligning her internal compass for the journey ahead. When she finally re-emerges, she's not just ready to face the world. She's ready to take it by storm, equipped with insights and strategies that only solitude can provide. This ability to turn inward when the noise of life becomes overwhelming sets her apart, making her not just a survivor of life's chaos, but a true architect of her destiny. In a world that often equates success with constant victories, Sigma females redefine the narrative by embracing the beauty of setbacks as essential elements of their journey. Their unique ability to transform failure into a hidden weapon showcases their resilience and resourcefulness. Rather than fearing disappointment, they view it as an opportunity for growth, dissecting each experience with a critical eye and emerging stronger than before. This relentless pursuit of understanding allows them to craft a roadmap for their future, one that is rich with lessons learned and wisdom gained. If you enjoyed exploring the unique world of Sigma females, be sure to subscribe to our channel for more insightful content. Join our community and turn on notifications to stay updated on future discussions that celebrate individuality and resilience. Your journey toward empowerment starts here. Don't miss out. Thanks for watching, Jules. See you in the next video. Bye for now and stay blessed.